Hi, my name's Melinda.
I'm Shannon.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Well, I'm really glad you're here today.
Thank you.
So there's a fundamental piece that I would like to talk to you about. It has to do with confidentiality, which is utmost importance to us. But we want to make sure that you understand that in certain circumstances, that confidentiality may have to be discussed. Okay? So that would include if you were to talk about wanting to harm yourself or someone else. It also would include if there's some suspicion of child abuse or neglect, or if any of the information came from a court order. So do you have any questions about that?
No, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. So aside from those areas, obviously, confidentiality is very important to us, and we do maintain it at all times. Okay? So I'm so glad you're here. So tell me a little bit about what brought you here today.
Well, I just recently placed my father in a long-term care home, and it's been really difficult for me. A big decision since I'm an only child and I didn't have any other relatives or anybody to turn to for support, and it's just really hard because he's been ill and I wasn't able to take care of him, so I'm feeling really guilty about that, I guess.
So I can see that you are feeling guilty. So tell me a little bit about what made you decide to put him into a long-term care home?
Well, he's been ill, having health problems for the last couple of years, and it's just gotten worse. He was at home by himself a couple of years ago, and then I did move him in with me about a year ago, but it's just been too stressful, and I can't be there all the time. I do work, and then his health issues and his memory is actually the big issue, that he's forgetting things, so it's very unsafe for him to be alone. So that's what brought me to look for placement in long-term care.
And I can see that what you're saying is that for the last year it's been very stressful and difficult having him live with you.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you placed him into long-term care, how long ago did you place him?
It was just about a month ago, I guess, a month and a bit.
And so you're feeling very stressed out still about the decision that you made?
Yes, he seems to be doing okay there, but he doesn't really know anybody, and he is confused, and I just don't know if it's the right decision that I made.
I'm sure that decision was very difficult for you.
It was. I just had nobody else to help with the decision, so.
Well, I'm glad you came to talk to me today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your family. Are you living alone, or do you have family in your home?
I'm a single mother, so I do have 2 children who are with me part-time. We share custody, my ex-husband and I, so, and I work a lot as well, so when my father was living with me, he was at home by himself when I wasn't there and at work. And when my kids were there and I was home, then it was fine, but I do work a lot of hours as being a single mother. I just have to, and I was out a lot, so.
And working so much and trying to take care of the children and having your father with health issues, that must have been very difficult.
Yes, it was just a lot to handle the last year.
So did it become a safety issue for you in the home?
Yes, as I said, he's confused. His memory is impaired, and he was forgetting to take his own medication, so then he would make him more confused, and he would wander out, or he'd leave the stove or different appliances on, or the doors open, or more so the appliances, and he did start to wander more.
That must have made you feel very overwhelmed to be worried about those things.
Yes, neighbors would call me at work and let me know, but they weren't always home to see as well, so.
So tell me a little bit about your relationship with the staff in the home, and how you're feeling about his care and all of that?
Well, in the short time he's been there, they seem to be very nice, and he seems to be well groomed and looks okay. But they're friendly. I don't really have any concerns that way. I'm just more worried about if he's gets enough stimulation and that, because he is quite young. He's not even 70 yet. And I find that most people there are a lot older. Whether he is going to get the right stimulation and support that he needs.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about the time that you spent there? When you're there, are you feeling okay about how things are?
Yes. Well, he asks me all the time if he's going to come home with me, and that makes me upset because he doesn't understand or remember why he's there and that. So it is usually the time spent is him asking if he can come home with me. Then I just feel guilty when I leave that he's left there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that it could make you feel very guilty in those situations. So having him in the long-term care home, at home, tell me about how things are at home now that you're not having to care for him.
Well, it's easier. I don't have to worry because I know he's in basically good hands, and then I'm at work and he's not there at risk of himself. And then when my children are there, I don't have to watch them at the same time as him and be worried, and we can enjoy our time together. I do take them to visit him, but then our time is our time when they're there with me. So that's better, and it is a relief.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to you say that there is some forgetfulness, have you seeked out any type of education, or has this long-term care home, do they have any opportunity to meet other family members and kind of learn a little bit more about what your dad is going through?
They have given me some information, but I haven't been there that long. But they did give me some information and told me that there's some education groups I can go to, because I am new to the disease, and so I am looking forward to learning more about it. It
would be helpful to gain some of that knowledge and understanding, maybe, of the situation that he's in as well.
Right.
Yeah. So, how else have you been feeling about spending time with him, or lack of time?
Well, now, besides the guilt, I just feel sad that he's there, and that I don't get as much time. Because when he was at home, even though I was more worried and stressed, I was with him more. Now I have to make time to go visit him, and I'm just sad that way.
So it seems that your feelings have kind of changed from worried and stressed, and now you're kind of more saddened and guilt-ridden by the transition that you've had to make.
Right.
Yeah. Change, is that normally something that you are okay with?
Well, over the last few years, I've been more accustomed to it because I've gone through a divorce and then my father getting ill, but that's only all happened before. My life was very the same, and so it's all kind of snowballed in the last few years, so I think it's kind of all too much at one time.
It seems like you have had a lot to deal with. Yeah. So, what about family? Do you have, aside from your dad, is there any other family that you have or friends that you are really close to?
Not really. I have one good friend. I don't have any siblings, and my father didn't have any siblings. My mother passed away a very long time ago. And then I had my husband, but now he's my ex-husband. So really it's just my kids and I and my dad. But my one friend, she lives far away, and so we see each other maybe once a month. But we talk a lot on the phone, so she is comforting.
Oh, That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.